And look at the relief on Graham Rahal's face, the winner at Auto Club Speedway Fontana.
2015 was a career year for Graham Rahal. The 27-year-old American won 2 races and battled for the INDYCAR Championship all season.
I think last year was a turning point in my career to a certain extent. You know, all season long, we took the potential and we maximized it. You know, every opportunity we maximized.
A Rahal wins at Mid-Ohio. It's Graham's turn. Graham Rahal victorious at his home track.
The highlight came in August when he won at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, baby, we won at home. Woo!
The last lap, you couldn't even hear the noise of the cars because the fans in the back straight were so loud. And you know, that's what it's all about.
Tremendous pride on the faces of that whole Rahal team, and they deserve it. A one-car team going against the big boys.
Last year was a great year, and I think it gave our team confidence that our little team can go and compete with Penske. We can compete with Ganassi. We can be better than them.
This year, Graham has struggled. No wins, just 2 podium finishes, and 11th in the points race.
This season's been tiring, you know, for our guys. We've worked extremely hard, and we've made some errors. But we just need to keep bouncing back. We need to, you know, we need to be smart, and we're going to keep our heads down, keep fighting.
Off track, Graham's life has progressed as well. Last November, he married NHRA star Courtney Force.
A lot of people would think my life wouldn't have grown up being that simple, but it was pretty simple. You know, you go to the racetrack, you do your thing, come home, hang out with your buddies, go to the racetrack. You know, it's like pretty easy. Now life is not very easy at all. So it's gotten pretty busy.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Mid-Ohio for me is so much more than just a race or a racetrack. You know, I'd struggled in Mid-Ohio for most of my career. I'd had chances to run well and I threw them away early in my career. But to get a win there, I mean, literally it's a dream come true.
How many times do you think Graham Rahal as a kid growing up at this track thought about the day when he could lead a field to the green flag?
Is this the restart that's going to give Graham Rahal a chance at winning this race and perhaps this championship?
Last year, Graham Rahal came to Mid-Ohio on a roll, already with 1 win and 5 podium finishes, and was running second in the points race.
So I felt like everything in life had kind of come full circle in that moment. And yeah, sure, I had dreamt that, you know, we would win this race, but I just didn't know if it was, you know, fully possible in that moment. Not because I didn't believe in ourselves, but we had a tough qualifying day, and you know, everything wasn't really shaping up to be that great. But what a day. I mean, it's just, for me, you know, one of the greatest moments of my life, for sure.
Look at the crowd, look at the acknowledgement. And if Rahal can pull this off, a Rahal winning at Mid-Ohio, it's just meant to be.
Graham started 13th, but an early yellow flag put him up front. It all came down to a restart with 7 laps to go. Graham was leading former teammate Justin Wilson.
Now this is where you got to keep cool. Very, very cool. Graham Rahal's got to really keep cool here.
On the last restart, I knew I was in trouble because I didn't have push to pass, and but I did know that I had Justin behind me, and I knew of any guy to have behind me, he's the guy who's going to race me clean. I mean, had that been anybody else, I really don't know that the result would have ended up the same.
Ready to go, racing to the finish here at Mid-Ohio. Is Justin Wilson going to spoil the party? He goes out wide, it's 2 Hondas and Wilson takes the lead momentarily. Rahal hangs tough, fights back, up and over the hill at turn 5. Rahal leads to the roar of the crowd.
Justin Wilson stays all over him. A great battle through the S's between Graham Rahal and Justin Wilson. Works its way into turn number 6. Rahal with the advantage in the Thunder Valley.
And credit to Justin Wilson for racing fair and racing classy.
Oh, absolutely.
He didn't try and move over and squeeze on Rahal. That was two very professional drivers paying each other respect.
The racer that he was, it just didn't surprise me the way, the class that he handled that with. And like, if you think anybody else out there would have raced like that, you're wrong. And you know, so I can never thank him enough for that.
He pulled away from the field in the final laps and was on his way to achieving his dream.
The most emotional of victory lanes in motorsports, no doubt at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Given the history of him and his family with the Truman family and the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, I think we're poised for a very emotional victory lane as the native son is just a few turns away from a win here at Mid-Ohio.
The last lap, you couldn't even hear the noise of the cars because the fans in the back straight were so loud, and you know that's what it's all about.
All right, that's it. That's it. Excellent job, young man. Excellent job. You won Mid-Ohio.
A Rahal wins at Mid-Ohio. It's Graham's turn. Graham Rahal victorious at his home track.
Woo! Yeah, baby, we won at home. Woo!
Storybook stuff. The hometown kid winning at the local track for this huge Ohio crowd.
The cool down lap, I was taking my sweet old time, you know, definitely getting around, and you know, everybody remembers Ricardo coming on my radio saying, "Save the engine, you know, whatever, we need it for the next race."
Save that motor, no crazy burnouts. We need that motor for the rest of the year.
I never even heard him say that. I must have been screaming in my helmet, you know, whatever I was doing, I don't even know. But I did donuts, and that's typically not something I would do, but I had to. You know, it was just that moment. It was everything else. You know, that day was so special for me.
Graham Rahal, this is the stuff you dream about. You wish for it, you hope for it to happen, you dream about it happening. Well, Graham, it's no longer a dream. You've done it.
The win became bittersweet when Justin Wilson was tragically killed at the next IndyCar race.
Thank you.
I knew I couldn't challenge you hard, but I was going to push you as hard as I could.
I knew you would. I knew you would. I expected it.
You were fast today. Well done.
Thanks.
It means even more to me now because of what happened only, a week or two later. You know, it's a hard thing to kind of swallow and accept, but because I probably in my career learned more from Justin Wilson than anybody else. I've had great teammates. I mean, Dixon and Dario and, you know, Bourdais and these guys, but I can tell you one thing, there's not only from what the fans saw, but as a teammate, there's no greater gentleman that you could ever be a teammate with and a person who would help your career like Justin Wilson. You know, he was just a great guy, and I think now that victory and that podium with him next to me means far more than it ever would have before.
Graham Rahal's race weekend began with a sponsor autograph signing at a local Steak and Shake in his hometown.
How you guys doing?
Good.
How you doing, bud?
Can you say thank you?
You're welcome.
There, he also unveiled his race uniform for the weekend, showing off his love for Ohio State, down to his helmet, gloves, and shoes.
I think they did a great job. You know, this was a concept we came up with. I didn't know where it would go. You know, I really didn't know if we could pull it off and make it happen. And of course, with the university, everybody there has been great. We had to jump through a lot of hoops, but everybody's been great to work with. And
a race at Mid-Ohio means plenty of friends and family, but not his wife, Courtney Force, who had her own race this weekend in California.
It's been a little stressful and crazy, just the fact that we're traveling so much because we're always on the go, on the road, and living out of a suitcase, but it's going good. It's a lot of fun. I think being able to go to each other's races and be there to support each other is a lot of fun.
With competing schedules, making it to each other's races is not easy.
she goes to 4 of my races, is all she can make a year. I go to about 15 or 16 of hers. I normally watch her races right on the starting line and see it right up close and personal. I mean, I've been there a lot now, so I've seen it a lot.
Normally for the race, I'll be in the pit and I'll listen to him, you know, on the radio, but it kind of makes you more nervous, but sometimes it'll put you a little bit more at ease because you know what's happening in the moment and you can hear him and you know everything's okay.
The two were married last November, and as drivers who are used to being in control, giving that up was very difficult.
You hire a wedding planner to plan a wedding. Oh no, Courtney hired a wedding planner just to have, I think just to say she had a wedding planner, because she still wanted to be involved in everything. And I tell people all the time.
Describing my dad.
The funny thing, yeah, you are like him. And I tell people all the time, the funny thing about it is, like, I can't tell you how many times we looked at different shades of gray napkins, and I don't even remember what they were. I don't have a clue what they were. Don't remember anything about it, but it looked great. It looked awesome.
You liked the cake tasting.
Yeah, the food was great.
Let me introduce the Rahal children, Michaela, Jared, Graham, and Samantha Rahal. And are we ready? Let's hear it, guys.
Daddy and gentlemen, start your engines!
Graham Rahal and his siblings grew up at the racetrack. Their dad, Bobby, won the 1986 Indy 500 and 3 kart championships.
Those are the memories that made me fall further in love with this sport. That was my life, you know, and still is.
2016 marks Graham's 10th IndyCar season and the 4th driving for his dad's team. Last year was his best season yet, with 2 wins and a 4th place finish in the championship.
I think last year was a turning point in my career. You know, all season long, we took the potential and we maximized it. You know, every opportunity we maximized, and maybe we hadn't done that before, but I don't think that means that I was driving any different, any better, any whatever than I had before. Last year was a great year, and I think it gave our team confidence that our little team can go and compete with Penske. We can compete with Ganassi. We can be better than them.
Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing is just one of 2 teams in the paddock that operates as a one-car team.
I really think, you know, we have the best group of people out here, and so that's a benefit. We're lean and we're mean, and you know, it's a very focused group, but a great group of people. And I think people have seen that. The performance of the team has really stepped up due to these guys. The negative is certainly I could use some help. I could use some data to look at. I could use somebody testing items for us, use somebody doing damper work while I'm doing aero work.
There are pluses and minuses to it. You know, I won all 3 of my championships as a one-car team, won Indy as a one-car team. I always liked it because it was just me. For a driver, it's probably better in the sense that everything is just focused on you. Having said that, you don't have a teammate's data to look at if you're struggling, you know, and it doesn't take much to struggle in this series.
It sent on blacks that for the first handful of laps on the stint, it's going to be hairy.
There's some guys who can just qualify. There's some guys who can just race. Graham's getting better and better at qualifying, but he's always been a great racer, and he's been able to put the 2 together and really communicate with engineers.
The overall bite is just not, it's just not very good. I mean, like laterally, responsiveness, over the bump here, you know, at the exit of 12 is just pretty harsh. But I mean, turn 1's my biggest concern because, I mean, I can't get through 1 at all.
The team was 7th quick in practice, going into knockout qualifying.
Road course qualifying, always intense. 3 different segments of qualifying. There are going to be all kinds of stories and strategies played.
He was 3rd quick in round 1 and easily advanced, but then needed a monster lap to move into the Firestone Fast 6.
Rahal's into green.
Graham Rahal to 3rd.
Graham Rahal lays down a big lap in the final moments to knock out Helio Castroneves.
The Ohio native advanced to the Firestone Fast 6 for the 4th straight road course event in 2016, but couldn't do any better than 6th in the final round.
Look, I'm pleased to be starting 6th. These guys have done a great job, and started 13th last year, so a lot less work to do, but it's going to be physical tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of tired guys out here, and it's going to be pretty hard, so hopefully that suits our team pretty well.
it's always a big day for me, you know, to be here, to be a part of this. Like I said, winning last year, you know, on a personal level meant, I would say, more to me than anything else. My wife's not here, so I can say that it was the single greatest day of my life. If she was here, I'd have to lie to you guys and say different.
This is Bobby's home course, Graham's home course. Terrific. One of the few natural terrain race courses still in use for open wheel competition. This really is what you want if you're racing single seat open wheel cars, don't you think?
Starting on the outside of row number 3, your defending race winner, race fans, welcome, Graham Rahal.
Today's gonna be by far the most physical race of the year. There's no doubt about that, and so hopefully it plays out to our advantage.
He won from 13th last year, Brian. He'll try to do it today from 6th.
A lot of good mojo going in your hometown, bud.
Thank you. When Graham Rahal returns to his home state, he's greeted by a lot of family, friends, and fans. But after winning last year, the demand is even greater.
He has other things to do.
I think the crowd's going to be, you know, definitely energized by it. But I think it's probably less pressure because I know we can win there now, and so I know we can go there and have a great shot. But for me, it's just more than anything, it's just going to be fun to go back home at a place, you know, that I know we won last year.
Green, green, green. Simon Pagano gets a good jump. The green flag about to come out, and we're about to be racing here at Mid-Ohio.
Graham ran 7th for the first 15 laps, until 2 former Mid-Ohio winners brought out the first yellow of the race.
Scott Dixon tried to make a move on Elio Castro-Neves, could not close it.
Oh, and he's done. Front suspension is folded up. He went for a dive bomb on Castro-Neves.
And this is full course caution. That's going to help everybody that just pit. That's Aloshin, Munoz, Sport A. They'll all go to the front after this caution.
Unlike last year, Graham and his team weren't able to pit before the first caution flag.
Pits are open, cars are in, and it's about to get really, really busy.
Instead, they came in with the rest of the leaders on lap 17.
3, 2, 1. Boy, a great stop for Simon Pagano. 6.8 seconds, full power 7.3. Then it's Newgarden, Hunter Ray, Kimball, and Graham Rahal off pit lane.
Save fuel, Ringer. All right, save me on the fuel you can there, young man.
The only driver up front that didn't pit was Juan Montoya, who went from 6th to the lead.
I was thinking what Montoya did is probably smart. He probably should have stayed out there and stuck to the original plan. Yeah, we're only like 5 laps away from the first fuel window right now. Less than that. Actually, yeah, less than that. So we wouldn't have had any time to run. You won't have any time to run. We'll see how this plays out. I'm just thinking if you had 7 laps to run, you could build up quite a gap. That probably was the way to go. And, yeah, oh well. I don't think so. We don't have 7 laps to run, do we? We had like 4. You know, I don't see how we could have done anything different. Well, of course you could. It doesn't mean it's right. We'll see. I'll tell you in about an hour and a half. It's all part of it. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
The restart comes on lap 20, with Graham back in 17th place.
All right, Lear's coming to the restart zone now. He's in the restart zone. He's going. Green, green, green.
And they will fan out. Marco Andretti's looking for the lead. He looks inside, outside, not able to do it. The leader is Juan Montoya.
A caution never came from Montoya, and his pit strategy didn't work. 10 laps later, he was forced to pit under green.
Juan Pablo Montoya down and away in 9 seconds.
A nice quick stop for him, but just as predicted, look at them all flash by. He did not have enough time to build enough gap. Drops to the back of the order.
Montoya came back out in 17th place, while Rahal was up to 13th, but stuck in traffic.
I would think of a different strategy, boys. What do you say? Think of a different strategy. There isn't one. Yeah, copy that, Graham. We're going to watch what the guys are doing around us. Our window right now is only about 3 laps. Should have stayed out. Are you being held up by the other guys around you? Yeah, absolutely. All right, I assume that. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Could you now get out in the clear? No, yeah, we don't have the fuel to do that yet. I think we can come in at 40 and get in as soon as possible. If we think it's being held up so bad.
By lap 40, Graham was back up to 8th when he pits for the second time.
All right, Graham, we're going to come in. We're going to come in and try to get around these guys. It's going to be tough with Kimball and everything else, but here we are. We got to go like hell. Try to stay in front of Kimball and those other guys.
Michaela Lotion, who gained track position by pitting just before the Dixon-Castro-Neves crash, is now the leader, while Graham has moved up to 9th place when there was another incident on the track.
Oh, big hit. It's the 41 of Jack Hawksworth. That's in turn 1. Wow.
Pits are open. Pits are open. Pits will be busy, front and back. Copy, guys. Have a good one.
While Graham came in for his final pit stop at 9th, Michaela Lotion stopped as the race leader.
So far, everything is A-OK. They get all the fuel in. And what? No, 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 no! Oh, there's contact. Michaela Lotion and Joseph Newgarden.
After the restart with 24 laps to go, Rahal passed Tony Kanaan and Ryan Hunter-Reay to move into 7th place. And when leader Connor Daly had to stop for fuel, Graham was back where he started, in 6th place.
That is Sebastian Bourdais as those cars, they streak into turn 4. Bourdais locks him up. He gets into the back of Sato, and both cars go down the hill.
They hit each other, they're off.
Points leader Simon Pagenaud went on to win his 4th race of the season, while Will Power was 2nd, Carlos Munoz 3rd. Graham Rahal finished 4th.
Good job, guys. Great work today. Yeah, it was a good drive, young man. Good drive. Good job in the pits today, guys. It's not the win we wanted, but you know, it's good points. Well done.
Yes, thank you.
You love coming home. Last year was the ultimate. That's the bar for you now, right? I mean, 4th place, we can tell you how respectful it is. Good run, but you...
No, it's a good run. Not disappointed one bit. You know, everything this year is going Pagenaud's way, and sometimes when it's your year, it's your year. Last year was a good year for us, and you know, for us to get another top 5 feels good.
Graham Rahal earned his 6th top 5 finish of the season. Just 1 step off the podium, but 1 step closer to achieving his goal of becoming a championship driver.